You're looking for a fun but also strong strategy? Then this Hydra variation might just be right for you. Not only can you absolutely crush bases with this attack strategy, but you'll also have a lot of fun doing so. If you're planning on buying any in-game items, like for example maybe stocking up on some of the event resources, then make sure that you're using a creator code. To support this channel, it would be code RH Basebuilding, and this also works for other Supercell games like for example Brawl Stars, Clash Royale, Heyday, as well as Boom Beach. Alright, and let's start with the first hint, and here we have, well, I would say a standard box base layout. And this is the exact layout you're looking for with this attack strategy. It also works on diamond bases. It can work on anti-3-star bases as well as on anti-2-star bases, but it's not too strong. You mainly want to use it on box bases, and you always want to go in from the opposite side of the town hall. And the Overgrowth Spell, well, you use that, as you can see, to, well, deactivate those sweepers. Those sweepers are incredibly annoying. They're exactly placed there, so you can't go in with a dragon attack strategy with like any air spam attack strategy from the opposite side of the town hall, and especially to not get a blimp towards the town hall. But well, you can now use an Overgrowth Spell. You just use the Overgrowth Spell on the sweepers. You use it before you start with your dragons, and then once these super minions get out of your blimp, then the Overgrowth Spell deactivates and you can get the whole core with your Superminion Blimb. And now there's not much left of the base, and you still haven't deployed all of your heroes. Well, of course you have deployed your warden, but you still have your king, you still have your RC, as well as your queen. You still have one ice golem to get them inside of the base, and then also have an ice golem to do a little bit of tanking at least. Those little bit of heroes together with, of course, the very, very strong equipment should be able to get like the rest of the base. Sadly, my queen was doing absolutely nothing at this time. So she was stuck in a wall, as we know her. It got very close in the end. The queen clutches it in the end, but still, it's a very, very good example of what base type you're looking for and how you can approach it. You just deploy your dragons at the beginning of the attack, no funneling whatsoever. Then use the Overgrowth Spell, send the blimp straight to the town hall, and then the base is gone. And here we have an attack on an anti-2-star base. Again, you want to go in from the side where the sweepers are pointing. These sweepers are placed so you can't go with an air attack strategy from that exact side, but with the Overgrowth Spell, that makes it possible, of course. So again, you're going in from the top side, using the Overgrowth Spell to deactivate the sweepers, and then you send in your Superminion Blimp towards the town hall and hopefully take out the town hall with the Superminion Blimp. Again, not too much funneling, just a little bit with your baby dragon, with your sneaky goblins. You can use that whenever you need it and whenever you feel like it. Just send in your dragons from the top side, use the blimp, use the warden ability. I use the Eternal Tome together with the heal book. In my opinion, the heal book just works best together with a dragon attack strategy, but also a rage gem could be very, very strong, since, well, you will use all of your spells for the blimp. So therefore, you don't have any spells for a dragon, but here the rage gem could come into play so that you still have, well, a small rage spell onto your dragons. The whole core is gone, the whole top side of the base is gone, you still have a few dragons left, but there is just not enough damage which could harm your which could harm your heroes, not your dragons. Your dragons are already down, of course. Clan Castle still came out, but the king together with the gauntlet easily takes that out. And then the queen clears the outside. RC goes into the core, clears the whole core compartment, well, at least the inner ring. Probably a haste vial would be way better together with like a life gem or the hawk puppet, but I don't have it on a good level yet, so therefore I'm not using it. But yeah, the haste vial is of course just the better equipment if you have it unlocked and also on a relatively strong level, for example level 12, then use the haste vial instead of the royal shield. The hawk puppet, I really like it since it can just provide a little bit more tanking for all of the heroes. It again got very close. The queen is the only hero staying up at the end and making it a triple, but still it's a triple. Here we have another hit on another box base. It's not the exact setup as we had in the first attack, but still it's a similar box base setup, and I just used this attack to show that, well, you can use it as attack strategy on basically any box base. And I also catch the, well, some of you might have guessed that a NATO could be a really big game changer if your blimp catches the NATO. Well, of course, in some occasions, surely. But also, in this attack, I catch the NATO, well, the NATO catched my blimp, and yet it came where I wanted it. So therefore, I'm just using this as an example that, okay, traps can hurt your attack, but not always. As you see, the NATO just catch the blimp, but still, there is just not enough damage which could potentially harm your blimp. Of course, I got a little bit lucky that there were no black mice inside the core, but now you can see the blimp got exactly where I wanted it. The Overgrowth Spell deactivated again, and my super minions can get the whole core. Still have one free spell which I can use whenever I want it, but one problem is the clan castle didn't go down. The clan castle didn't go down, that's a small problem at least, but I now use the free spell to, well, counter the multi-inferno tower. So the dragons actually are able to take down the clan castle together with the multi-inferno tower. And now there is just not much damage left which could harm my heroes. I could probably at this point even swag my royal champion. But well, I didn't want to risk it with time. But of course I didn't want to risk it with time. And yeah, swagging is always like, some people like it and some people hate it. So therefore, I'll just drop in my RC from the left side just to support a little bit. Probably didn't need it, but yeah. Now use the king ability just to get to the wall a little bit quicker, as time was surely running down. I probably had like 40 seconds left at this point. And as you can see, 25 seconds left to clear the entire base. So it was like 10 to 20 seconds left in the hit, which I would say is relatively close. But still, this attack was not very close if you compare it to the rest of the attacks which we saw earlier. Now I still have all 4 heroes. Okay, no, I lied. 3 heroes left. The king just thinned out, sadly. But still, 3 heroes left. And that, I would surely count that as an overkill. Last attack, I want to show you the setup on a diamond base. You want to go in from the top side again, since both sweepers are pointing towards the top side direction. So the defender doesn't expect you to come in from there. This attack wasn't very good. It just shows as an example that, okay, you don't always have to be completely perfect with your attack in order for it to triple. Like my dragons completely drifted towards the left side, and of course also had the fireball equipment equipped, which I didn't want, of course. I still have it on level 9, which is not good. But yeah, the blimp got to my desired destination. Now the clone spells, I get the town hall, I get the core. Well, did I even get the core? No, I did not. At least not everything I wanted. The monolith, as far as I know, stayed up, as well as both of the multi-inferno towers. And now in this hit, there is actually still a little bit left of the base. But still, to be honest, not enough damage to clean out my heroes. And of course, in the core, there are 3 multi-inferno towers. Those are not going to harm your RC nor your king. If those were single inferno towers, then it would have been a completely different story. Fortunately, the scatter on the left side was taken out by some of my dragons, and now the rest of the hit is just a little bit of cleanup, so all times 2. So we will have a little bit of an easier time, since, well, probably watching heroes clean up the rest of the base for 1 minute is probably not the most entertaining thing. I do think this attack strategy, it can be very strong, but I won't recommend using it in Legends League like I did. It is probably more an attack strategy which you can use in wars, in clan wars, since you definitely need to plan on each and every base. It is not versatile. This attack strategy is not versatile at all. It works on some bases, especially on box bases. It's incredibly strong on box bases, but it's very, very weak on most anti-2-star bases. It can work on some occasions, but just in most occasions it will fail. With that being said, if you're in need of some good bases, then go join our Discord server or take a look at our website. Both links are down in the description. And if you want to see more of me, then my Twitch as well as my TikTok are linked in the description. Feel free to follow me there. And with that, I would say see you guys next week with the next video. Until then, see ya and bye bye.